distinguished guests, partners, professionals, exhibitors, young visionaries, and my peers, Honorable Joel Arumoyang. Good morning. Today we are gathered at the beginning of something much greater than just an event. This is a moment of awakening. This is a shift. We are entering a new era, one where the natural world is no longer just an afterthought, but it's a teacher, a healer, an ally, a friend. Today, we gather here to go on a journey about biophilia. What is this word biophilia? You may ask yourself. And in simple terms, biophilia is the inborn deep love that we have for nature. It's a memory written in our DNA. I, Wangui Mwangi, discovered the word biophilia in the most bizarre ways. I had just finished university when I got a job at Ital Build Group, and I was an interior designer there. You may be wondering why I wanted to be an interior designer, and well, I used to watch a program growing up that was all about interior design, and that propelled me into this design life. But I found it very difficult in the employment sector, and I struggled to look for sanity, not because, don't get me wrong, I loved what I did, but the missing link was nature. And this, I came to discover, was called biophilia. In Africa, long before the word biophilia was even coined, our ancestors lived biophilically. And our ancestors practiced harmony with nature in everything that they did, in the way they built, in the way they related with each other. And as Dr. Anthony Kanu reminds us, our taboos, our ways of life, it was not superstition. It was actually ecological laws blended into how we did our things. Do not cut this tree, do not fish in this river, do not cut this specific plant. Our folktales, our ways of life taught us to respect nature, to respect the hyena, to respect the river. Everything was all about the balance. And as an African, raised in an African home, the bamboo tree was part of my life. Little did I know I would live the bamboo story. You may not know this, but the bamboo spends 5 years taking time to engrave its roots into the soil. And then once it shoots, it just keeps going. It doesn't stop. And I find it so fascinating how the bamboo behaves. And I actually believe that bamboo should be a big part of our sustainability, especially in our furniture products and interior spaces. It's been 5 years since the vision of biophilia began. So this is not just a conference. This is a beginning, a planting of seeds that will grow into forests across generations. You're not just attendees. You are actually creators of a new earth. You carry this vision with you, this biophilia vision. You just never had the word for it, just never had the name for it. Because I know some of you, most of you, have a little plant in the house. I know you have a little pet. You have big windows bringing light into your spaces. And that is all what biophilia is about. So you literally carry the vision. I can't help it when I'm passionate about something. And all I do is talk about how it's beneficial, you need to know about it, you need to have it in your life, how it's good for your mental health, for your financial health. And this is where I began the biophilia journey as Wangui Mwangi. On LinkedIn, I used to write a lot about biophilia, and this created so many opportunities over the 5 years of this journey. Some of the opportunities are delivering my first TED Talk on biophilia, and writing biophilia articles at the Kenya Green Building Society. Then, on an adventure I was on LinkedIn, Wanjiku, our project manager, saw the trailer I had done for an African biophilia course, and she reposted it on her LinkedIn. And her inbox exploded. People wanted more. So she came to me and said, Wangui, we should do a small event, just 50 people, just a course launch, something simple. And honestly, I refused. I didn't want anything to do with the idea because in my mind, I knew we would launch this course at the Blue Earth Summit in London, where I had been invited to speak about biophilia. But I didn't get to have a visa because I had not traveled outside before, so I didn't make it to that journey, and I was a bit crushed. So after much convincing from Mercy, Wanjiku, I finally decided, okay, fine, let's do this little event of yours. And we started the journey, but then we got stuck. We did not know how to organize an event. We didn't have a venue. We didn't have a structure. We had nothing. So Mercy reached out to her friend, Mr. Wahinya, and just to help us. And so he came in, listened to the idea, and he asked, how dare you think so small? This is not just a course launch. This is a conference. This is an expo. I nearly lost my mind. No, this is madness. What do you mean an expo? What do you mean a conference? We don't have the resources. We don't have the experience. We don't have the energy to do this. But Wahinya never flinched. Wahinya doesn't entertain fear. He is never a carrier of fear. He saw something in this vision that we had not seen. And today, we are all seated and standing in this vision. But let me be very honest. This journey has been tough. There were days of panic attacks. There were days of crying on the floor. There were days of wanting to give up on this whole event. But whenever the team gathered in my little space in my apartment, we somehow recharged each other and got the energy to go and pursue this. We laughed through our fears. We found strength in our shared purpose. And despite everything that we did not have, we continued building the ship as we were still at sea. I know you're asking yourself, then why do it? But have you ever tried to run away from something, but it keeps pulling you back? Biophilia is my life. When I'm bored, when I'm excited, when I'm sad, nature is a constant. And now, here is a team carrying this vision for you, with you. How dare you not believe in it? So, interestingly, I met a man at Village Market, and I found myself speaking about biophilia, as I always do. And he asked, just how did you conceptualize this whole event? And I got a bit fizzy about finances. And money should never be an excuse. Those were his words. And we never made it an excuse, and that's why we are standing here before you today. You know, in the work sector, people take loans to buy cars, to buy houses, to buy land. And my father, who is seated here, since I was a child, warned me so vehemently about loans. Never take a loan. And I would like to tell you, Dad, that I took my first loan for the biophilia, for this dream, for the first Biophilia Conference and Expo in Africa. And I hope my landlord is not here because we have some unfinished business, if you know what I mean. I'm not sure what this means for tomorrow. I'm not sure what the future holds. All I know is I birthed Biophilia on my birthday. To everyone we reached out to late, we are truly sorry. We just had 4 months, no event experience, just a dream. And we were learning to run while still walking. So this isn't just a conference. This is a calling. It's a movement. It is a mirror to show you what happens when belief outshines fear. I would like to give special recognition to a few people that are in the house. My peers, Honorable Joel Arimoyang, Chief Designer, Kenya, Madam Grace Fikirini, my mentor in Australia, Mr. Graham Tidd, General Manager, Safari Park, Mr. Kimathi, former KGBS Chairperson, Mr. Ted Otieno, Mr. Nashon Okoa, our Strategic Advisor, and our delegates from East Africa, from Romania, Somalia, the Netherlands, Spain, and UK. To everyone else that I didn't mention, not forgetting my parents who are in the room, my brother, my friends, and family, thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate you for carrying this vision with us. The conversation that starts today has not been heard before. The panels that you are getting into have not been heard before. This is a conversation, this is a movement that is boiling, that has been boiling, and you do not want to miss this. We have amazing panelists lined up for you from different parts of the world, all delving into nature, sustainability, spirituality, and merging this with African heritage and technology. This is the future, and you don't want to miss this.